All right, this one does not have a note sheet. You're going to just refer to your Formula Madness for a formula. We're going to do circumference, which we have done before. And we're going to do arc length, okay? Circumference of a circle is the distance around a circle, okay? Which is the same as pi times diameter, which is another way you can write it is 2 pi r. That is one of your Formula Madness questions you already have down. And we have covered that before. To find the circumference of the circle of the radius of 5, we just plug the 5 in. We can do it a couple ways. We can just leave the exact answer to be multiply the 2 and the 5 and get a 10 pi and leave it and be done. This is an exact number because if you remember, pi goes on forever and ever and ever. And if I write 3.14, I am like taking off an infinite number of decimals off of there. And so I am not exact. I'm close if I multiply by the 3.14. But if I leave it 10 pi, I am actually wrapping up in a little gift wrap box. This is the gift wrap box. All those decimals forever and ever and ever times 10. Okay, this is exact. If I put it into my calculator and I want 2 decimals for it, this is a approximation of 31.41. So depending on how the question is asked on your homework, it will be asking for an exact answer and you'll leave it as pi. Or it might ask for a decimal answer and you will give it to the rounded decimal. And that will not be exact. Okay. The distance around part of a circle now is what we're going to be talking about. If I wanted the distance around only part of the circle, not the full circle, okay, then I want only part of that circle. The whole part is 360. The part that I want is this fraction inside here. So if I knew this degree measure, and if I put it in here on top, I would have, and divided by 360, I'd have the part of the circle that I want. So if I want to find the arc length of only part of it, or the circumference of only part of it, it's called the arc length. What I will do is I'll know that angle, I put it here and divide it by 360, that will be the part of the circle I want, and then just multiply it by the 2 pi r that I have. Yes, ma'am?
If you know that interior angle, wouldn't you just multiply it by 2? To get d.
I am not asking for this angle measure. I'm actually asking that if an ant is walking on this, how many inches will he be walking?
But don't you only multiply by 2 if the vertices is on the other side?
Okay, this is the same question she's like. Let me make sure you understand the difference. Back last chapter, if you knew this angle and you wanted to find that angle measure, you just multiplied by 2. No, we did not. They were equal. It was this one that was doubled.
That's what I thought.
Okay. Yeah. These were equal, and this is for the angle measure, but I'm not asking for the angle measure today. We're asking for the distance around part of that circle this time. Do you understand the difference, Nora? Okay. Let's go to do some examples. We're going to do 1 through 9 together. 1 through 9 together. 1, make sure you read the instructions. It's going to tell you if it wants it to be exact or rounded. It says find the circumference of each circle. Use the calculator's value of pi. Round your answer to the nearest tenth. So we're going to use our formula, 2 pi r. 2 times pi times the radius 2.6. I would just put that on my calculator. You have a pi button if you can't find your pi button. Most of it's, at least you two ladies, is at the bottom. I'm not sure where Heidi's is.
Mine's up here.
Yeah, mine's
my bad. Okay, maybe you're all towards the top. What did you guys get for an answer?
16.3.
I heard
Feet
6.
squared.
Oh, wait. Oh, yeah.
Square?
16.3.
Oh, not square. Circumference, not area.
Yes, that's a really good. Feet, this is not squared. We're doing circumference is not squared. Good job. But don't forget those units. All right, this time it says find the circumference of each circle, but it does not tell you to use your pi button, and it does not tell you to round. It is expecting this to be exact. So
16 pi?
I heard 16 pi. Let's check it out. Area equals 2 pi r. The radius is 8. That's 2 times pi times 8. We multiply the 2 and the 8 to make 16, and we just leave the pi stuck there. 16 pi. This is an exact answer. Oh, careful. We're not finished, though. We have those inches.
Oops.
inches.
Wait.
It's gonna be 6.
Ask me a
Okay.
question. This
Why
is an
can't we just get rid of the pie?
The pi is actually, personally, I have to touch more or less buttons on my calculator. I'm done faster. If I have to use my calculator, I actually go slower. So I like this because I'm done faster, personally. Let's do number 5. This time we're going to do arc length. This means we need to have a portion over 360 times, which is the measure of that arc, and times 2 pi r. What is this part right there?
30.
I heard it's 30. So 30 over 360 times 2 times pi times 11. This is what I'm suggesting for you to do. Do all your numerators, 30 times 2 times pi times 11, and then do your denominators afterwards. You do not have to do it that way. You can still do the 30 over 360 times 2 times pi times 11. 5.8 kilometers, I heard.
Oh, wait a minute.
Thank you. All right, let's go to the next one. This arc length is huge. It's the 225 degrees. And I have a radius, so it's, what are we going to put, where are we going to do that 225 degrees?
Put to 200 over 360.
Okay, 225 or 360. Times your 2 pi. What's our radius?
13.
13. This is now calculator's part. 7, I'm wrong. It didn't tell us to multiply the pi. It doesn't tell us to reduce. So that what we had before, we need to go back. We had 225 over 360 times 2 pi times 13. Do not multiply the pi. So you guys already have that in your calculator. Just go back and delete that pi out.
Wait.
I've already done stuff in between.
No, you haven't. 300. Oh, I see. You have. Okay, never mind.
Oh.
Well, I can just do second enter back.
Yeah. Just go back and take that pi out, and we'll just stick pi at the end. You're going to, in your calculator, type in 225 times 2 times 13 divided by 360 and tap the pi at the end.
Wait, so it would be 16.25 pi meters?
Yeah.
No, do your fraction button. Do your fraction button to get it into a fraction.
Oh.
So it'll be 65 pi over 4
So
if you did it right.
What?
65 pi over 4 meters?
Yes, meters.
Yeah.
All right, 65 pi over 4. You can also write this 65 over 4 with the pi in front meters. They are equal. Okay, number 9 this time has no picture, and you need to see a new symbol up here, something new. They tell you this little symbol that looks like an O with a line in it is called theta. It is a Greek letter. In physics class in your future, you will see theta. It just means the angle that measure of arc AB. Oh, if you want, I will let you in your Formula Madness change that to a theta over 360 times 2 pi r if you would like. That will be faster.
I know, wait, where?
If you would like, I will let you change it to a theta instead of measure of AB and with a little arc on the top.
Oh, wait, is that the area of it?
That's the
Sector. Area sector.
not area and arc length right here. Both of those. You can make that be a theta. And I actually drew my theta a little too long. I'm sorry. I mean, my little line too long. It only goes to the edge. Okay.
Yay, that's easier.
And I think algebra 2 will be using theta. So then you'll have a little bit of an advertisement
Wait, they're not the
for
same thing, though, are they?
Yes, it's the angle measure.
Well, no, for like arc length and area sector.
No, but they're not the same, but they both have that
the pi
over
r
360
squared
part.
And then, okay,
Yeah, so you can put that theta in that place there.
So
Okay.
it'd be...
All right, let's do number 9. 20 is the radius, and what is theta?
225.
225. So we're going to go 225 over 360 times 2 pi times 20. Now, am I putting the pi in my calculator or not?
No,
How do you know?
because we're still under the same instructions.
It's saying under the same instructions, and it doesn't tell us to round at all. So we're leaving pi in it. So you're going to do the 225, the 2, and the 20. Make sure you turn it into a fraction when you're done after you divide by the 360. And tack a pi on when you're done.
Oh, it's not a fraction.
It's not a fraction anyway, so don't
No.
worry about it. Okay. 25 pi yards. All right. Fantastic. We're finished with this unit, or just this section of the unit. You know how to find the circumference of a circle with your 2 pi r. And now you know how to find the arc length. If you know a portion of that circumference, we just take that arc length and we take the arc angle and divide it by 360 in front. Okay. Sometimes you're going to use your pi button when you're rounding, but other times you're going to keep it exact by keeping the pi in the answer. I hope this has been helpful.